Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, good evening, depending on where you are watching from. So we will be attempting to put together everything that Mr. Joseph showed us in the last class. In the last class, we tried to do some simple visuals with some charts, such as line charts, bar charts, the cards and the likes. And also before then, Mr. Joseph got to explain or show us the Power BI interface and how to navigate it. So we would continue from there and then try to bring everything he taught us on the utilization of the individual charts together so that we can try to create like a simple real life report for a particular campaign. So I'll share my screen without wasting much time. So I hope we're able to get to watch this recording, and if we have any questions, we can drop it in the comment section or reach out. I will try to share my screen now. So please give it a little bit of your time. It's coming up. All right, I think my screen is up. So basically, we would be attempting to visualize to replicate something like this. We'll be attempting to replicate something like this. Yes, this is what we'll be attempting to do. So I'm going to navigate to my Power BI app. So this is my app. I already have my data set loaded. And I wouldn't want to go back to that procedure again because Power BI can be slow sometimes. If yes, can be slow sometimes. So I don't want to attempt that again. So like I don't get to keep this recording longer than it's supposed to be. So basically, if you want to get your data, you just navigate to this place under your home, get data, and it depends on the kind of data you want to get. If it is an Excel file, you use this. It is a CSV file, use this. If it is from SQL and the likes, you use it. We can go through the other recordings to understand more about navigating the Power BI interface, right? So I already loaded my data set and I have it here already. I have it here already. So we'll be going directly into a visualization. We'll be going directly into attempting to visualize this. So let's get started already. So this is let me navigate to our data to the table view so that we can get to see what our data set is all about again. And I'm also going to share the data set with us so that we can practice on our own leisure time during our free time. So I'm navigating to the table view to like give us an overview of the data set. Let's give it time. I saw someone on the group complaining about the size of Power BI and the like. So it's usually like that. And you can get the lower like space the lower space version of it because it can actually slow down your system because it's kind of big, can actually slow down. Even if your system capacity is large to some extent, it will still have a kind of effect on it. So please, you have to have patience when you are practicing. Okay? Just like I'm trying to have patience here too. So I think it's coming up. Let's give it time. Let's give it time, please. So basically, these are the columns we have for this particular data set. The data is still loading, but these are the columns we have. Please come up. Please give it time. Please give it time. Let me check my report view again and come back to this and see. Oh, guys, at this point, I don't know, but I think we should still exercise patience. Okay, let me go back to my table view. Yes, the table is up. So this is our table view. So these are the data we have, the ID, the date, campaign name, the different campaign name. So basically, we are going to work on a digital marketing campaign. We are going to analyze the success or the failure of a particular digital marketing campaign. So this is a digital marketing campaign data for a particular company, a fictional company, and this is the category, and this is the campaign ID. This is the number of impressions. Number of impression is basically everyone the campaign reached, be it those that took action and those that didn't take action. Then max spends. When you look at the metadata, that is the data about the data that explains this particular data, you get to discover that this max spent means the amount spent on marketing, the amount spent on marketing. So metadata is data about your data. So it helps to understand it more. So when I share the data set with us, we get to look at it and understand more. The number of clicks, those that actually took actions, you click to see, and the likes. the number of leads, those that maybe signed up with their emails, drop their phone numbers, and the number of orders, those that converted, those that actually ordered, then revenue, the sales we made, and all that. So I just thought to show us what our data set looks like so that we'll have a full understanding of what we are visualizing. I am going back to my report view. So this is the report view. So we are going to start with the title of our visualization. We are going to start with the title. So what title should we give? I was trying to do a rough sketch of our work before the class today, before this particular recording. So I wanted us to do this together during the last class, but because of the network fluctuations and the likes, we couldn't. So I thought to like search for suitable names for our dashboard title by myself. So you can tweak your own as you want and search for other names for yourself. I wish we did it together, but then it's all fine, it's all good. There are different ways to go about things, right? So from this, which should I use? Online marketing insight, digital strategy review, marketing performance analysis, digital campaign analysis. Which should we use? Which should we use? I think I will go with digital campaign analysis as the title. I think I'll go with this. Let me copy it. I'll go with that. So I also like came up with some questions that we can attempt to answer. I think I already answered some in those dashboards. Like when I was trying to like generate it, these are some of the questions I came up with. If this was a live class, we would have brainstormed on questions by ourselves and come up with other questions, but you can do that on your own too. So I've chosen this heading for my digital campaign dashboard site. So here's my Power BI. So this is it. So I'm going to add my title now. Yes, I'm going to add my title to my dashboard. So I will add my text box. Excuse me. So I'll make it big a little. So I'll paste what I copied here. Okay. I thought it was, I thought it wasn't pasting. So I wanted to attempt typing by myself. So I'll just go with this. You can type it by yourself directly. So we can make this big. You select it, just like we have in Microsoft Word and other office tools. You can increase the font size here. This is our title, so it has to be a little bit obvious. Let me increase it again. And then we can change the font color here. We'll change it to, let's use this, should we use this blue? Let me see. Okay, I think we can go with this blue. You can use any color of your choice too. So I Can reduce this. Can reduce this. Let me close this tab. Let me minimize it. So if you want to minimize your tab, you click on, let's give Power BI a little bit of time to, to, to stabilize. I think that is the word that we use, to stabilize. Let's give it time to stabilize, please. So, yes, I want to reduce it so that I can see what I'm doing clearly. So when you hover on this test box, when you hover on it, you can adjust it to move it upwards. I want to shift it at the top. I want to shift it upwards. So you can hover on it and select it to shift it upwards. I don't know why the shifting is trying to give me tough time. But it's not supposed to be a big issue. But it's fine. So you put it at the top. Yeah, so we have a title, the title of our dashboard, we have it already. So the next thing we are going to do is to generate key performance indicators, KPIs. So let me show us the picture. So these are the key performance indicators, like the key numbers that tells you how your business is doing, yes, shows you your success or your failure rate. Let me simplify it in that way. So before we do this, we are going to like create measures for calculating this. Don't worry, I'm going to show us. So we are going to create it and have it somewhere so that it will be easy to locate when we want to visualize. So we are going to create a new measure to house our KPIs. We are going to create a new measure for that. So basically, measures are simple mathematical expressions you do to aid your analysis, to aid your visualizations. We will talk more on that later during the class, during subsequent classes, but at a glance, that is what they are. Simple mathematical expressions you do to aid your calculations and the likes. So I want to add a new measure. What's happened? What happened to my visual? I don't want this, please. I don't want to be recovered fast. So we are going to, please, okay, so I'm going to create a measure. So we are like a measure, like a table that houses all our KPIs so that be assessing them at, we can access them easily, basically. So we can't use this word directly because it's like part of an inbuilt function in Power BI. So we'll just put this dash before it so that it will be able to like load. If we just use the measure directly like that, it won't load. It won't. So we'll just put that. So we'll just enter so that we can add our measures. Sorry. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. We are supposed to create a new table that will house our measures. The instability of Power BI is trying to destabilize me, but it won't work. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. So basically, we are going to create a table that will house our different measures, that is our different calculations, so our KPIs and the likes. So that was a mistake. When it finished loading, I'll have to delete it and then we create a new table. I hope that is clear. I want to try to minimize this. So I'm going to delete it because that is not what I'm trying to do. So because it's not a table, it went under this marketing table and I don't want it there. So we want to create a table specifically for our measures. I'm going to delete it. Then we create a new table. Yes, please, I want to delete. You have to exercise patience for every step with Power BI. So, also, so rather, we are creating a new table that will house our measures. And our measures are like simple calculations we do to help us visualize and analyze is in a more easier way. So I'm trying to create my table. I'm trying to create my table. So this is it. Enter data. Again, we have to give it a little time. So we are going to edit our table name to measures. Measures. So we are going to load it. Please give it time. When it finished loading, it's going to come up here, and then we can add our measures. Not coming up. Supposed to come up here. Think it's still loading. Let's give it time. Let's apply changes. So it's coming up, please. Hey, it's coming up. So since this is recorded, you can just fast forward it because Power BI is really slow. And then maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so we have a table. We have a table called measures. So we are going to be adding all our calculations there, our calculations for our KPIs there. So we won't have to go and be looking for this is very, very important, especially when you are dealing with a very, very large data set. With this particular data set, we can actually create our measures under the marketing table. But it's better we do it the right way so that when we are dealing with a large data set, we can know how to organize our data and then make our work easy for ourselves and for others. Because of course, you'll be collaborating with others and you have to share your data at some point and all. So when you're organizing things like this, you're organizing and making the work easier for yourself, you make it easier for others too. So I it's better we do it like this, even if it is a very, very small data set. So under our measures, under this particular table called measures, we are going to now add our new measures. Our new measures, which is basically our calculated um columns we calculated, but will not be visible in our table. It will not be visible in our table, but it helps with analysis and our visualization. There are other columns that you calculate directly and then you have them in your table. But usually measures won't be visible columns in your table, but they are there to help you visualize and analyze. So let's start with what are we starting with? Um, we are going to start with calculating our total revenue. Let's start with calculating our total revenue, markets, then we go to market spending, the overall return on marketing investment. So total revenue, let's rename this to revenue. Revenue is equals to sum. What are we summing? Okay, we have our marketing column here. We are going to sum our revenue. We are looking for our total revenue, so we are using the sum function. So when we enter, it's loading. So this is it. We have our revenue here. So we have calculated columns and then we have measures. Our measures, we just have them like a total sum, a total average, and the likes. But if you want to calculate columns for you to reflect your total rows, there's a different way to go about it. So this particular measures is used to help and aid our analysis, and also not to create too many unwanted columns and then taking up plenty spaces in a Power BI, because the more space your data set takes in Power BI, the more slower it runs. The more slower it runs. So that's one thing. So that is why during your data cleaning, which we'll be talking about and looking at later, you have to remove what you don't like, what is not necessary to be there, columns that are not necessary, columns that you need to merge, and all that. So it helps with the swift functioning of your Power BI. So next, we are going to calculate for marketing and market spend. A market spend. The total amount we spent on marketing. So we are going to create a new measure still. We are going to create a new measure. So this measure, we are going to name it market spending. Market spending, we're still going to use the sum function. If you want to use average, you can use, it depends on what you are looking at, the business questions you are trying to answer. But since this is a simple dashboard, let's keep it simple, right? Market spending. So we are going to look for our marketing spend column here. This is it. So we'll enter. So we have for that. So quickly, let's do for overall return on marketing investments. Overall return on marketing investments. So these are, let me see, overall return on marketing investments. Okay, sorry, let's do new measures. Let's add new measure. I hope you are seeing it. For you to add new measure, you go under your home. Under home, you see new measures. This is it. There is new measure, there's quick measure. The quick measure is just like a drag and drop from your tables and all. You will not need to like do your calculations by yourself. So up next is for overall return on marketing investments. So for us to get our overall return on marketing investment, it will be the revenue minus what we spent on our marketing, right? Overall return on marketing investment to represent return on marketing investment with ROMI, which is equals to revenue revenue, minus. So that's why I said measures are simple calculations you do to aid your analysis. So don't be scared. If you're not mathematically inclined, you can say tips when you have the fundamental knowledge. The rest is just Googleable. You are just one Google search away to troubleshooting and finding solutions to any problem you encounter subsequently. Because of course, we'll not be able to like touch on everything during the bootcamp, right? But the foundational knowledge is enough for you to like continue from where you stopped in class. So if you don't know anything, thank God we are even in the age of AI now. It's just that AI is garbage in, garbage out, right? It's what you give it that it will produce. So you need to really, really have the domain knowledge. You have to have the knowledge for you to be able to prompt well. And also, of course, you are going to have a prompt class at the end of the class, right? So that will help too. So don't be scared with um for those of us that don't like mathematics, don't be scared. You can go about it. That is why you are using a software. The software is here to make your life better. So overall return on marketing investment is revenue minus market spending. Revenue minus market spending. So this is it. So I'm going to click enter. What's the next KPI we are generating? Let me have a look. So number of impressions, number of clicks, number of leads, number of orders. Up next, total number of impressions. So new measures still under our measure table, our measures table. So new measures, total number of impressions. I'm going to use the sum function here. Sum impression. So enter. The next is number of clicks. Number of clicks, new measures again. Number of clicks. Sum is it. I want to be a little bit fast with this so that we'll go to the next thing. So keep the recording concise as much as we can. New measures. So we are going to do number of leads now. Number of leads, then others. Number of leads, number of leads. Question. So when you start typing what you're looking for, Power BI automatically brings suggestions up for you. Then you can choose. Up next is number of orders. New measures. Number of orders. Let's give Power BI time to stabilize. So up next is number of orders. So start typing my orders. Power BI bring suggestions up for me. Then enter. So I think we have all our KPIs already. I think we have what we have. So this is what I'm trying to say. We have everything on one side. So if you are dealing with a large number of data sets with different tables, you have all your KPIs on one table, you have your marketing data on another table, you have your department data on another table. Don't worry, with time, you will get to um understand more with more practice, okay? So since you have our KPIs already, so we will try to create our card visuals for all of them. So we'll start with our revenue, right? Let me see. So we are starting with our revenue. We'll visualize our revenue. So revenue, where are you? So this is our visualization pane, right? We're going to expand it now. And we use our card visual to visualize that. So we are going to select a card visual. So this is it, okay. So we already have it selected, right? So I went to the visualization pane and then I selected, when you hover your mouse on it, you get the names of the individual charts, okay? So there's no need for you to like try to like cram which is which and which is not. So this is our card visual. So I click on it. When you click on it, it gets selected and then you click on the column you want to visualize. At this point, I want to visualize my revenue. So when I click on it, my revenue will come up. It's loading. It's going to come up. It's loading. Our Power BI is stabilizing. I don't know where I learned this English from. Oh, oh God. So revenue is usually in it's supposed to come with a currency sign. So we can edit that here. We add the dollar sign. Let's add the dollar sign and change it here. Let's change, yes, already changed to currency. So this is a revenue. You can change your number types here. If you want the decimal, if you want whole number, if you want currency, you can change it here. So everything I'm still doing is under home, right? It's under home. So this is it. If you want to like reduce the number of decimal places, um, you can do it here. I don't want to have any decimal place, so I'll just put it at 0. Put it at 0. I'll put it as 0. Oh no, sorry. Yes, so it's on 0 now. So I don't have any decimal place here. If you want to increase your decimal place, you can do it there. So what is generally advised is that you do all your editing for your first visual. You do everything you want to do. If you want to change the font color, the background color for your card, and all of that, you do it for your first visual, and then you duplicate for the rest. It makes your works easier. It makes it easier, and then it saves time. So that is what we are still going to do here. So we are going to focus on editing this particular one, then we duplicate for the rest. All right. So if you want to edit your visual, you select the visual, of course, and then you move to your visualization pane. Under that, you go to format your visual. Format your visual. So for this, we can start from the visual itself. And then do the editing we want to edit. This color, this black color is not blacking. So let me change it. I think this one is more sharper. But then I don't want to use black color. I want to use, let's check our visual. We are trying to replicate that, right? So I want to use a white color for my font and then blue color for my background. So let's get back to it. So I think we'll start with general here so that we'll start from the background so that when we change our font to white, we'll be able to view it. If we change it to white now, the background is already white, we'll not be able to see what we are doing. So let's change our background first to blue color. So what I did, I came under my visualization pane, format visual. You have two options here, okay? So this is visual, this is general. You can just check each and every one of them. There are a lot of things you can do and tweak it to your taste. As you experiment with it, you get to learn more. So let's change our background to blue color. Then you can do other things. So you can do other things. You can choose to increase the transparency. You see, it's changing. You can choose to just leave it as it is, depending on what you want. It's back to its normal position. If you want the edge of your visual to have a distinct color, you can do it here. You can turn your visual color on here, your visual border on here. And then when you turn it on, you can get to edit. You can get to do your editing. You can change it to what color, but I don't want to do much to keep this recording concise. We can experiment during our own time when we are working on so I'll just turn it off. So that's basically what I'll be doing with regards to the background. So I'll go back to my visual now so that I can edit my font color to white. Yes, it's coming up gradually. Let's bolden it. Then bold. Excuse me. And then what else are we touching on? Our label. Our label, let's change it to white too. See, it's coming up, right? Then let's bolden it. Let's make it bold. I don't know if the English is correct. Uh, so this is what we have. I think this is good to go, right? It's good to go. This is okay for now for this particular project. I think we can go with this. So with this, we have our card for our KPIs. So we can now go ahead to just be duplicating for the rest of our KPIs. Then we go to change them here. So let's duplicate. Control D. Is it duplicating? Let me duplicate again. Or is Power BI taking time? Or maybe we can. There are a lot of options. Let's try to copy. Control C, then Control V. So it was coming up, but it took a little bit of time. So I have to duplicate to how many KPIs we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we have 6 KPIs here. So we'll be doing for 6. We'll be doing for all 6 of them. So let's duplicate to have 6 of them here. Control. I don't know why duplicating is not working. So let's continue with our copy and paste. Control V, Control V. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay. Control V. We want one more. So this is it. So we can just arrange it anyhow we want it to be. Can just do the arrangement anyhow we want it to be. So we can just come here, we'll change this to market spending. Oh, sorry, we need to unclick our revenue first. You unclick it, then you click on marketing spending. We have to edit though. We were supposed to do this editing when we were coming up with the measures, so that everything will be aligned. Or we can still leave it with the 2 decimal places. We can still leave it. But if you want to edit, you just click on the particular measure. When you click on it, it will give you the formula you use in generating it and then any editing you want. If at all you want to change these particular measures from the measures table or maybe to the marketing table, you can change it here. If you want to format, if you want to change to currency, you can do it here. You can do it here. So when you are generating your measures, you can just do everything at once then, and you can do it afterwards too. It's all still good. So when you format it, automatically gives you a 2 decimal point. You can change it here. You can change it here. I think we can work with the 2 decimal points. But no, it's not looking fine. So let me put it at 0. So it's going to change to no decimal point. I think this is better. So we go to the next one. The next thing we are supposed to do to visualize is overall return on marketing investment. Overall return on marketing investment. Where is it? Since we forgot to visualize that, a bit to calculate that. Oh, I think we did it. We did it. But it went under the marketing table. So we can always change it here. Like I mentioned earlier, we can change it here. You change it to the measures table. So that you see, and that was what I was trying to say initially. Imagine you have a large number of tables. You have to go and start looking for your measures in all your tables and all that. So that is why when you are generating the table, you ensure you like cross-check with everything. It is on a well-defined tables that is meant for your measure so that you have everything in one place, right? So it makes your work easier, faster, and also when you are sharing your work with others too. So this is it. I brought it back to our measures table. So we have it here, so we can do that. We can change it. Before then, we unclick our revenue, and then we have this. We have this. So we need to edit, make it in a current. We need to change it to currency, and then for consistency, we change to 0 decimal points. So we can see like what we calculated. We cannot actually see the actual column for measures, but when we visualize it in cards, we get to see that our math is matching well and what we are doing is actually in line, right? And if you even want to confirm if your measure is correct and all that, you can cross-check, or you can cross-check with your other columns. Let's try it and see. There's no harm in trying. Let's cross-check for our revenue and see. So it's basically the same thing, like I mentioned, like just as I mentioned earlier. Just that for measures, you don't have the obvious column. If you want to calculate your column, there's another way of doing that. For measures, you just want to have it at one point on a particular table for you to be able to visualize your KPIs and your other things that can aid your analysis. So you just want them at one point. If you want an actual column, you can't use measures for that. And then the measures help you to save space and all that in your Power BI. So I just thought for us to try that to see. So the next thing we'll be visualizing is number of impressions. Number of impressions. So we'll click on this. We have to unclick. We have to unclick this and then select number of impressions. It's 2 billion. The number of impressions is 2 billion. So this does not need a currency sign because it's not a currency required. How will I put it? Number of impression is not Naira and Kobo related stuff. It is not a currency related stuff. So there's no need to edit here. So I think we are good to go with that. Then number of clicks. We edit for number of clicks. This is it. We have 3 million clicks. We edit for after clicks. What do you have? You have leads. Okay. You have leads. Okay, I think this our card is supposed to be 7. Okay. Let's duplicate. Let's paste again. Control G. Okay. So we still have another one. It means we have to adjust we have to adjust our card. We either adjust our card or we increase our visualization, our report view. Either reduce it or we increase it. Like I will show us. So let's change this revenue to total number of orders. Our major targets. Our customers, our major customers. So what should we do? Should we reduce or we should increase our report view? Maybe we should increase our report view. With that, we can learn too, right? So background, our canvas setting. So width, can we increase our width? Let me see. Should we custom? Let's custom it and see. So what I did, I went I clicked out of all my visuals. So after that, I went to my visualization pane, then format your report page. You click on it. Then this is your page information. If you have any editing to do, you do there. This is your canvas setting where you can adjust the width, the height of your report view. So you can do that here. You can adjust the height, can adjust the width here. I think it's the width you want to adjust. So let's do 1,400 and see. You can see that it's increasing gradually. So can this enter? Let me try and see. It can't. So let's increase it again. Let's do 1,450. I think this should do. So if you want to use a background, a different background, if you want to change your background color, you can do it here. Blue, but not be seeing anything, no. Supposed to reflect, but supposed to reflect. I don't know why it's not reflecting. Or maybe Power BI is taking its time. But let's go back to our white color. Or if you want to tweak your report page, you can do it here. There is a way to do it generally to using Teams. We can touch on that later. So you can browse images from online if you have fun. Maybe if you want to report to align with a particular brand you are working for, you can download their brand related images online from here and put it. So you can play with it later. Can add wallpaper. You filter paint, filter cards, you can play with these stuffs, with these things later. So our major target, you have achieved it. So instead of reducing our cards, we want to increase our report page so that our images can fit in. It's not still fitting in. No. I think at this point we need to reduce our cards. Let's reduce it and see. Let me shape this here. I'm trying to see. So I think we can just work with something like this. Like we say, we are attempting to get that right. So it must not be entirely the same. So I intentionally chose this particular analysis so that it can be something we can relate with. It can be something we can relate with, right? All of us, we have clicked on one ad or the other. We might have also marketed our businesses or something online. So I just chose this for it to be relatable. So usually the number of persons you will reach with your ad, or maybe let's say you even make your post on social media, is much. The numbers are much, right? But it's not everybody that will take that will make move. Like it's not everybody that see your post that will like it. There are some people that are monetary spirits. As on a lighter note, please, I just want us to laugh a little bit as we get to watch the recording when we are watching. So some people are like monitoring spirits for good. It can be for good, please. Like on LinkedIn, I'm very, very active on LinkedIn. So most times your post goes very, very wide, but not everybody will like. At least I think on all social media platforms, really. But then if I don't know, maybe one or two persons will get to be able to relate with what I'm trying to say. Have you ever got someone reach out to you, maybe for a job position or for something, but that person have never ever liked your post or something? That is impressions. The people that your posts have reached, not everybody. Like not everything that appears on your feed, on your social media, it's not everything that appear on your feed that you get to react to, right? So that is the impressions there. It's not all ads that you get to click. So the impressions are usually plenty more as reflected in our analysis. So it means the maths is mathing well. So you are seeing the reduction in number, right? The reduction in number, the reduction in number. So it is a game of number. It is a game of number. The higher people you target, the higher people you reach, the more likely you are to convert those your reach into customers, into paying customers, into people that will sign up to your email newsletter and the likes. So from that impression, we have 2 billion impressions, 3 million people clicked. You see that it's reducing. And then 66,000 people out of 3 million persons get to sign up. Maybe drop their email, drop their phone number, click to see click to see the actual thing that is happening on that particular ad and all that. And then from 2 billion persons, we have 8,043 persons that actually made orders. Those are your conversions. Those are your conversions. So it is a game of numbers. The more persons you target, the better. Just imagine you targeted 8,000 people. It reached just 8,000 persons. This 8,000 is how many percent of 2 billion? You may not even get any customer with that. Oh. So it is a game of numbers. It regards to digital campaigns, social media and analysis, social media targeting and all that. So I intentionally chose this particular data set for us to be able to work with something that is in a way relatable in real life. I'm very, very sure if we are not business persons, then at least we are people that have been influenced by business people in one way or the other, because I am very, very sure almost all of us must have signed up our emails, even if we didn't buy their product, must have signed up our emails to one or more ads and the likes. So I just thought to give explanation to that. So that is why it is called Power BI Business Intelligence. It is a business intelligence tool. It makes you to give meanings to business activities, business analysis, and the like. So you get where the name is coming from now, right? So it helps you to make business decisions. It helps you to know if you are succeeding, if you are failing, and the likes. So it is a very, very, very important tool, really. So we have gotten our KPIs. So the next step will be for us to do few visuals so that we can be able to relate to what we saw on our tables more easily. It is easier for you to make informed decision, and it is very, very faster when you look at visuals compared to tables, right? So you are converting those figures, those very, very complex figures on your tables, you are converting them into visuals that is very, very easy for your audience, your stakeholders to see at a glance and understand, because they don't have the luxury of time to start calculating numbers, putting numbers together and all that. But when they see the visuals, they make decisions faster. So what are we visualizing first? Let's borrow ideas from our canvas. Is it canvas they call it, or muse? At this point, I hope the English, I mean, what I'm calling canvas and muse, I hope it's correct. So let's visualize revenue and market spending by campaign. Let's do that and see. Let's do that and see. Okay, so what are we going to use? Let's use a clustered bar chart for this. So revenue, or let's do market spending. Let's click on market spending first. And revenue, we want to see our input and our output with regards to the various campaign. If we are really making profits, we want to see that's what we want to visualize now. Let me make it bolder. I'm coming. I don't like the way it is. Let me click the revenue first. I I love aesthetics. I like it when it's coming like usually Power BI is very, very good with that. Like it's very, very good with arranging it in order. I don't know why it didn't do that. But for the sake of time, let's just work with what we have. We can play around with our own later to see that we make it more pleasing to the eyes. So this is our visual for our revenue and our market spending. So the lighter blue is for sum of revenue. The darker blue is for market spending. Um, so this is what we have. YouTube blogger had the highest market spend, like the highest amount spent on the highest revenue, sorry. Yes, YouTube blogger had the highest revenue and followed by banner partner. And the number of the amount we spent for this marketing for the banner partner compared to the YouTube blogger is much. Is much. We spent lower amount on the YouTube blogger marketing and then we got higher returns as compared the to the banner partner. So that can give us an insight that maybe we can channel more energy towards our YouTube blogger and the likes, right? So this is how you come up with business insight for your stakeholders. So basically that is it. That is it at a glance. So we can try to edit our visual a little to make it a little bit to make it more pleasing to the eye, not a little bit, though. It needs to be fine and welcoming to the eyes. It should not be busy as much as we can. Our visual should not be busy, please. It should tell a story. It should tell a story. So let's edit. Let's do a little editing. Let's start from general. I like starting from general and then you narrow it down to the individual visual. Our title is on. Let's edit. The title is a little bit lengthy, so let's edit it to revenue and market spending by campaign. By campaign, I didn't want to delete everything and start afresh, so I'm trying to. So as you are editing here, it's reflecting here. So you look at it by yourself and see if what you are doing is in line or not. You can edit your type of heading here. Let's see what the normal looks like. So you can just play with it. You can play with it later at your own convenience. Let's make it bold. And then let's change the color to our brand's color. Our customer, the people we are trying to analyze for their brand's color, we are assuming that it's blue color. So we need to align everything together. So what are we changing again? What are we changing again? Subtitle, we don't have subtitle. We don't have subtitle. Effects. So are we changing background? Should we keep our background white? I think yes. Um, visual border. I think we should have a visual border. I think we should have a visual border. Let's make it blue. Let's make it blue. Then if you want rounded edges for your visual, you can do it here, but I just want something simple, so I'll want the sharp edges rather. If you want shadow, but in storytelling, in data visualization, less is more, please. Don't over visualize. Yes, basically don't over visualize, please. Keep it simple as much as you can. So I'll not be using this shadow, please. Header icons, two tips. These two tips is very, very important. It is what will show when you're hovering on your this your bars, your visuals. So you would want to like edit it too so that it will rhyme with your color combo. So let's edit. Let's so it's under general. It's under general. You can find it under general. Two tips. So let's edit for our test. How do you want it to be? Of course, it should be bold. Our background, let's make it, which is better, is it white or blue? Let's make it blue and see. Can always change it. Value should be white. Let's check it and see how it is. Okay, 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 okay. Let's change this label color to white, please. Label color, let's change it to white. Then the actual background for our tooltip. Oh my God. Oh. The actual background for our tooltip, we are going to make that blue. We want to align with our brand's color. So when you hover on it, you see, it's looking fine. It's looking fine, right? So I think that should be okay for that. Then what again? Let's now narrow down to our visual. X-axis. X-axis. What should we do on our X-axis? What should we do? We can turn off the title since we all know that the S represents. No, not the legend, please. We need our legend. Let's turn off the title. So give more space to our visual since the title is in a way captured in our general title. Then the values, let's align the value to match with our brand's color of blue. And it's already bold, right? I think that is all for that end. Let's check again for any other thing we can touch. Legend. I think we should keep legend on. Data labels. Let's keep data labels on. Very, very important. So that even if you even send your visuals across without you being there, people can look at the figures. If you're not presenting to them, for you to hover your mouse around your visuals so that it can reflect the numbers, your data labels should already communicate what you want to communicate to them. So let's check for any editing we can do for that. Let's see. Data labels. Okay, let's check for editing position. How do we want it? The outside and I think this position is even okay. Position is okay, but if you want to change it and look at how it is, can always change it here. Can always change it there. Then the value is on. Let's make it bold. The colors, what color should we use? Should we use blue? So hope the blue will not be too much. Let's check and see. If it's not fine, we'll change. I think it's looking okay. I think it's looking okay. What can we still do to the values? Display units, decimal places. Let's put it at, should we put it at 0? I think we should put a hen to make it more simple to see. I think that is okay for now. Can add background to your data label, but I don't like it. Less is more. If you want it, you can add. Then I think that is all for y-axis for now. Now let's check our x-axis. Let me go back. So I can be able to navigate my. I want to turn off grid lines so that everything will just be plain. Then I'm looking for my y-axis. That's what I'm looking for. This thing can get confusing sometimes. Let's look for it. I don't know why it's hiding. Why are you hiding from me? Why? Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. So let's make it bold. Let's make the color blue. Blue and white is given. I want to turn up my title because it's already captured in the general title. Yes, this looks fine, right? And you can tweak it to what you want during your own time. So I think this should be okay for this for now. What again are we adding? What again should we visualize? Um, what should we visualize? Let's check our muse, be our canvas. I don't know the actual correct one, but permit me to use it, please. Okay, return on marketing investment by campaign. Return on marketing investment by campaign. Return on marketing investment by campaign, then revenue by category. All right, let's do that. We can duplicate this, our edited chart. Let's copy it to save time. Let's copy it to save time. I think we have to like increase the width of our canvas from the look of things. Or should we, let me minimize this and see. Okay, it's not too much. Let's increase the length of our canvas. Let me unclick everything. Let me unclick nothing. Let me click nothing. I can increase the length of our canvas. So this time around we are working with our height. Should we make it 1,000? Hope it will not be too much. 1,000 too much. Is it much? I don't think it's much. Is it much? Let's do 1,250. 1,250. Then let's increase the width a little bit to 600. Okay, I think we can go with this. If it's not okay with us, we can always change it. I want to increase this. I want to make it bold. Yes. So what are we doing here? Return on marketing investment by campaign. So let's unclick this. Let's unclick this. Return on marketing investments. I want to change the color of my bars. I want to change the color of my bars to our main brand color. This. So this that other color was like a semi additional color. So let's change it to clustered column charts and see what we have. Oh, it's like Power BI. I've remembered that it have to stabilize. So, okay. Okay, we have it already. So we already have that. Let's edit our title under general. Return on marketing investment by campaign. ROMI by campaign. I think that's okay. Should we increase the font size? The font size is looking small. Let's do 20 and see. Okay, this border, yes. We should even do for this too. 20. Yes, I think that's border. It's more. That's more. Oh my God. Please. So we have that for that. So up next, let's visualize revenue by category. Revenue by category. So let's use pie charts for this. Let's tweak it a little bit. Pie charts, pie charts. Obviously, these are pie charts. So we have this revenue by category. Revenue by category. So revenue by category. So these are pie charts. These colors are not coloring. So let's try to edit. Let's try to edit. Okay, should we start from general? As usual for me. Revenue by category. I think this name is concise enough. We can leave it. Let's bolding it. Then make it font size 20. Change the color to bronze color. Okay, I think that should be all. Our two tips. Let's edit our two tips. Very, very important. The text to be white, right? I'll just be fast here. So that's value white, background blue. So when you hover around now, you see the mat is matting. So what next? What next? What next? What else are we touching on? Okay, let's narrow down to visual. Legends. What should we do to our legends? Okay, let's make our text bold. We can leave it with the black color, but let's make the black sharper. Then, excuse me. Um, let's what again? The title is on slices. Okay, I like aligning. I want the colors, even I want to have a different shade of blues so that the colors will be aligned in a way still. It will still be easy to be distinguishable, but they should they should be close together. They should be close together. Like this purple now is far, 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 far from our targets. But it's too close to this particular color. It should be distinct still, even if we want to use a close range color. Or we can even decide to use a color that is close to like blue, maybe like red, like a color that suits blue in a way. I just want us to get our colors well, at least should be pleasing to the eye. Why am I not seeing red here? More colors. Let me see. Red. Let me see. Red should not waste my time. Okay, let me copy the color code. Control C. Because this is the actual place I want it for. Control V. So I can change the color for this. No, 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 no. I can change the color for media. I do not select anything yet, please. Okay. Let me change the color for media. I want to change it to another shade of blue. Okay, I think this tries. Then I want to change the main blue, the largest part to our main bronze color. Then this to the lighter blue. Don't mind me if I'm being petty. Um, I don't know. How do we see this? Even if Ipa know it's me, I feel like Ipa with me is spirit in the spirits. Then you see this and it's not okay. You can change it on your end. Let's check this and see. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. Let's run with this. Let's do. We didn't even check the questions we want to answer. I forgot to do that, but hopefully we are in line. Overall return on marketing investments, we got that from our KPI. Returns on marketing investment by campaign, that is what we are doing. Performance of the campaign depending on the date and the number of weeks and all that. Okay, I think we are in line. We are in line. Then they ask which geographical locations are better for targeting. I didn't see any column or any data point in a data set that is linked to a geographical location. So that means you can't go beyond data, right? Data leads we follow. So it goes to show that it's not all business questions you can answer. The data will lead. Sometimes we'll need to request for more data. Sometimes data is not available. Sometimes it's what it is. We can't get answers to those questions. We can do what we can do to get answers to them, like maybe seeking for more data set from our stakeholders, not our stakeholders, from our customers, like the people we are analyzing from, or maybe the people in charge of the data sets in our company, if it is in a company settings. And sometimes the data is not just available, but you cannot just generate something from out of the blues, right? So I intentionally kept that questions there to really buttress the point that you can't, like, data always leads, so you can't visualize what you don't have. You can search for data, maybe primary data, secondary data, and the likes, but data leads always. Um, what should we touch on again for our chat? Data labels, values. Let's make our values bold. Then our color to blue. Display units. Okay. Oh, let's leave it at this. Should we leave it in millions? Let's leave it in millions so that it will be consistent with the rest. Then percentage decimal points. As usual, I want 0. I would love 0. Then what again? What again? What again? What are we supposed to touch again? Let me increase my view so that we can see what we are doing very, very well. So you can edit and touch on that. I want to change the data label to display only the either only the percentages or the figures. That's what I'm looking for, and I'm lost. But it's here. It's here. It's here. Maybe you can check for it. You people can check for it later, and then you tweak it. So you can have your percentage with your figures together. You can have one one label. You can have two. I think you can have more than two, but less is more. So I wanted to have just one. So let's go to the next visual. Let's check the number of orders by weekday. The number of orders by weekday. Okay, let's duplicate this to make our work easier. I've copied. Let me copy it. Control C, Control V. Let me bring it here. And then, okay, I'm coming. Okay, this our outline for our pie chart is not showing because it's different from the bars. So let's put it there. Let's fix it. Outline, 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 outline. I'm looking for the outline. uh, looking for the outline or shape outline. Oh, background outline rather. Um, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. It shouldn't be here. It shouldn't be here. Let me check for the visual. Let me start from the top. Hello, Power BI. I'm looking for my background. My background outline. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm not saying it, but you shouldn't take our time. You can always look for it later. So let's continue. Please, you look for it later and add it to yours. Thank you. Number of orders by weekday. So let's click on this. Let's number of orders by weekdays. Orders by weekdays. I think we have date column here. Date hierarchy. We narrowed down. Then day. I'm coming. Since I have two things checked. Others. Okay. We need to do some editing to our date column. We need to do some editing to it. I'm coming. Let's go to our table view. Let's go to our table view. Power BI, please be nice. So let's see what we can do. I want to get the weekdays out of this. I think I'll have to go to my Power Query editor. I'm coming. Power BI is taking time to stabilize. So please be nice, app. Please be nice. We're almost done. This should not take our time, please. Okay. Let me try to save what we have done so far. Control S to avoid stories. So we are trying to get our weekday out of our date column. So usually there are a lot of ways to go about dates. There are already generated dates for people's utilizations, like there are standard generated dates that you can download and import together with your data set where when you are working. You can try to generate them by yourselves. There are different ways to go about it. So this particular date came together with the data set, but it may not be totally aligned with the individual output we want to get. For instance, now we don't have our days of the week, so we would have to do that by ourselves. So I'm trying to save my work so that I can go to Power Query Editor. Okay, Grokking Analytics. Grokking, what name am I giving to it? Grokking Analysis. Grokking Analysis. Biz. Enter. I'll save. So now let me go to my Power Query Editor. I'm searching for where my Power Query Editor is. So Power Query Editor is the data cleaning and data transformation tool for Power BI and also Excel. That is where, because most times when you get your data, you not go directly to start visualizing. We'll touch on data cleaning later. So you not go directly to start visualizing. Your data will not come in peace. It will not come in peace. Let me put it that way. It will not come in peace like the way this particular data set came. Because if you have done surveys before, people will make mistake, people will do what they are not supposed to do with the form. So you have to do some touches, not some steps. So sometimes it requires a great level of effort for you to like clean a messy data. So we do that in data and Power Query. It is available in Excel. It is available in Power BI too. So it is an advanced tool for data cleaning and data editing, transformation. So let's wait for it. Let's wait for Power BI to stabilize, please. Thank you. We are almost done. We are almost done, please. Okay, so I'm looking for my Power Query editor. Let me Power Query editor. Where are you? Data transformation. So it's under home. It's under the home and under queries. So transform data. So I want to transform my data, please. Supposed to take us to Power Query editor. So I can generate my weekday column. Oh, was I supposed to do it before? I think I can still do it. Even with this, I can still do it. I should be able to do it. I should be able to do it. Yes, it's on. It's loading. Please give it time. So what to touch on our date column? Let's do something. I want to minimize this. I've minimized it. So let's go to transform. Oh, I'm coming. Date. Let's go under date. So from home, we go under date. We go under date. I'm coming. Date. I'm coming. Please give me a few seconds. Let me wrap my head around this. Decimal number, fixed number, whole number. I want to, okay, I'm coming. I want to create a new column. I'm coming. Coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Data type dates. Coming. On is here, but I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Let me check my column tools and see. Okay, under my column tools. I got it. So they week week under week start of week. So under your column two, from your main menu bar, you navigate to your from date and time tab. Then you click on it. Then you see different options. You click on your day of the week. That's what I want. So let me click on it. I actually wanted it as another column. I wanted it as another column. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can still analyze. What did I do? What did I do? I want it to show by the name of the particular week. I'm coming. We are in this together, right? Let me go back and see. This. Let me see. Start of week. Name of day. Name of day. That was what I was supposed to click on the first time. Let me check what we have. Yes, we have that now. So let's delete this column. We don't want any additional thing that will cost our Power BI more time to get stabilized. Let's remove this. So we have a day of the week. Let's edit the name. Weekdays. You double click on it. When you double click on the column title, you can edit. So weekdays, enter. So after that, we can then close and apply under our home tab. Yeah, you have to always close and apply. If you just close, your detail will not be reflected. So you click on close and apply. So now we are going to have our days of the week. Let's see. Let's give Power BI time to stabilize. We are getting there gradually. We are getting there. Give Power BI time to stabilize. While it is stabilizing, let's check the remaining things we have to do. So okay, I think basically this is the remaining thing we have to do. So days of the week, the key insight, you get it from your visualization, right? So it's just like storytelling. But then let's finish up first from this. Hello, Pad. Have you finished stabilizing? Power BI is still stabilizing. Let's give it time. But basically, we are done. We are done. So it's just for us to visualize number of revenue by weekday, and then we tell our stories. The stories you can use text bus. English, I'm more than you. You can use your text bus to just do your write-up. You can just create a little space here for your test box, and you can edit your test box too. In case Power BI decide not to finish stabilizing, we are almost done. And we can always finish, right? I trust my people. We can always finish it off. Okay. Okay, let's apply the changes. Let's wait for the changes to apply. Okay, it's loading the transformation we did from it's loading the transformation we did from Power Query editor. So let's give it time. Oh my God. It's taking time. Let's give it time, please. But if it doesn't come up, I think we will complete that on our end. We'll complete that on our end. Yes, we can do it. Let's try. I think it's still loading. It's making it sound and it's still loading. I think it's finished loading already. So let's visualize. So we have our weekdays here. So if you are structuring your date table or your date column by yourself, you know how to arrange that. But we'll leave that for later. Or better still, you can always import your date table alongside with your data set. So there's no need like going for the hard work when there is an easy route to things, right? So let's visualize. Let's uncheck this. Okay, let's have it. Let's uncheck this rather. By number of orders by weekdays. Number of orders by weekdays. So that's what we have. Let's edit our title, please, our visuals. There's not much thing to edit again since we copied and pasted the other visuals we edited. So we'll just edit for our title. Let me delete everything. Number of orders by weekday, by weekdays. Then let's change the color of our charts to our main brand color. Yeah, so this looks good. This looks good. So as expected, or maybe as we would usually predict, weekends had more orders. Weekend had more orders, and Fridays, Saturdays, followed by Wednesdays. So I think everything is coming together really well. So the last thing now is our storytelling. We bring everything we have done on our chart to a very, very concise write-up. We'll just at a glance tell them what we have done. Like the information we got from our analysis. We just try to put it down as concise as we can. So we can always use the text box for that. So what you can just write weekdays, Fridays and Saturdays had the highest number of orders. So you can put things in place, plans in place to be able to meet up and to give your customers the highest level of satisfaction on this day so that people don't get discouraged by queuing or taking longer time to get their orders delivered to them, blah, blah, blah. But you have to make it concise and make it readable and very simple and understandable. And then for this chart, you can say YouTube blogger has the highest return on investment regards to the revenue generated, even if it had a little bit of marketing spending as compared to banner partner and the likes. There are some campaigns that had lower revenues compared to the amount you spend on marketing. So you need to look at all those nitty-gritties, look at all of them. Yes, and if it were a real life scenario, so which we are assuming to be, so we'll look at each of them, where we succeeded, where we failed, where we should tweak, where we should improve on, the campaign we should let go of, the one we should solidify. So you put all of them in right up here, just as we did, just as we did. Where is it? Where's my picture? I'm not seeing my picture again, but just as we did, like just as we saw in that first stuff. So you can just write weekdays had the highest levels of orders. So we can Just do your storytelling. After which you edit your write-up. Can change the font size, make it bold, can increase the length, the size, sorry. Can increase the size, can change the color too. Can change the background color, you can change. And you just do your storytelling basically. Basically. Then you adjust your visual. You adjust your visual to fit into your canvas, or you adjust your canvas to fit to your visual. Either ways, it's a win-win. So as it is, we need to like adjust this. Need to adjust them so that it looks nice. To adjust this. To adjust. Just any adjusting you want to do, you do. But we are done. We are done. So that's it. You can also shift this here. Shift your can adjust your heading. Can centralize your heading. Can centralize it. You can even get pictures from online, like find pictures from online and include them here to increase the aesthetics of your visual. There are a lot of ways to this. So please, let's try it out. Please be patient and go through it diligently. Gradually, you get a full grasp of it, okay? If you have any question, you can drop them in the group, or you can drop them on the chat space on the channel. As much as we can, we'll try to respond to you. As much as we can, we are here to help ourselves, right? And all of us must succeed as data analysts that we are. And good luck as you practice. I'll be stopping it here. Thank you. Bye. Should I show you my face before leaving? My tired face. Should I? Okay, maybe I should. Let me see. Let me see. The video is not turning on. The video is not turning on. I don't know why. Or is it taking time to stabilize too? Let me give it a little bit of time because I need to start going home from work already. Let me try for once and see. One more time and see. I tell you most solemnly, the video is not turning on. So I think we call it a wrap. I don't know. We call it a wrap. So I'm going to be stopping my recording at this point. Bye and good luck with your practice.